Good morning, students of class 10th. We were doing our topic, the federalism. What do you mean by the term federalism? And we have understood that what do you mean by federalism by holding out or holding together or coming together, right? Now, let us discuss about the federalism in India, right? What do you mean by the term federalism in India? कि इंडिया के अंदर कैसा सिस्टम बनाया गया है फेडरलिज्म का, राइट? सी, in 1946, when independence of India was more or less confirmed, work commenced to formulate the constitution. 1946 में देश का constitution बनना start हो गया था हमारे देश का. A drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. This is a very important fact. That who was the chairman? Who was the chairman of the drafting committee? It was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, right? He was Dr. Bhim Rao or B.R. Ambedkar. He was the head of the drafting committee, right? Took on the task of formulating a constitution which would guide the affairs of a country that was geographically, culturally, and linguistically extremely diverse, right? Because our country is an extremely diverse country in the case of whether it is for religion, it is for language, or even for the geographical conditions. Okay, at the juncture, the economic status of the country was nothing but poor, and with the population mostly surviving on agriculture and cottage industry. Because in 1946, when the constitution began to form, it was the year 1946. It should also be noted, right? It was in 1946 when the constitution became to be formed. At that time, India was considered as a poor country whose whole sole income was dependent on agriculture, right? Was dependent on agriculture and cottage industry. The rulers of various princely states were not in a position to continue with their independent status and had decided to merge with the Indian Union. Many of the kings who were of princely states at that time, at the time of independence of India, they basically were not economically well that they would be able to continue as the king. So what they decided? They decided to merge themselves with the Indian Republic, right? With the Indian Union. At this stage, Pakistan was carved out of the western and the eastern parts, or erstwhile India, which led to the large scale migration of people across the newly created independent nations, right? We all know that during the independence there was partition of India also. The India was divided into two countries, which was the Pakistan and India. And Pakistan also of was formed in the two different directions. One was the East Pakistan, which we called as Pakistan, which we today called by the name of Bangladesh, and there was a West Pakistan, which is we called by the name of Pakistan also only. Okay, the this was made by unprecedented violence and arose thereby leading to killing of thousands of people and destruction of property, right? When the people were migrating, there was a large scale violence within the country because there was partition, and with the partition there were many political rights which were taking place within the country. Okay, the geographical, social, cultural, linguistic, economic divides were on a sharp constraint to hold the population uh, and the regions together where the needs were the needs of the hour. Under such conditions, the model of holding together federation was adopted. Right. So, what type of model did India adopt? The India adopted a holding together model. What type of model? Holding together. Right, it is not coming together, it is a holding together model under which the union government is given more power and the state government are given less power. Okay, So we have understood that India adopted the model of a holding together federation. Although the constitution does not use the specific word federal, it is used the word union, right? The word which is used for the India is a union of states. It is not used the word federation, but the term union is used instead of federation. Although the constitution does not use the specific word federal, it uses the word union. Thus, in India's federal structure, we have more power vested at the center and lesser in the state, because we are having a holding together system. और मैंने पहले भी बताया था होल्डिंग टुगेदर में यूनियन गवर्नमेंट के पास ज़्यादा पावर होती है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास, और हमारी जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स होती हैं उसके पास पावर्स होती हैं कम, राइट. इन इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन has three tiers of power, namely the union और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड द पंचायत्स, राइट. जो हमारे तीन डिफरेंट हमारे जगह हैं, वन इज द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, द अदर इज द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, एंड द थर्ड लेवल इज ऑफ पंचायत लेवल, और विच इज कॉल्ड एज म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज इन द अर्बन एरियाज. Thus, power is shared at three levels with clearly spelled out jurisdictions. In India, we have three lists of subjects which define what comes under the jurisdiction of the center, state and panchayats. These are as follows, right? So, हमारे देश के अंदर जो है तीन लेवल की गवर्नमेंट हो गई. एक हो गई सेंट्रल, जिसको हम लोग यूनियन गवर्नमेंट कहते हैं. एक होती है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, और एक थर्ड होती है हमारी पंचायत, जो कि हमारी कहलाती है रूरल एरियाज में, और एक होती है हमारी म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन, जो होती है हमारे अर्बन एरियाज में, राइट. नाउ द पावर इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन विद द हेल्प ऑफ थ्री लिस्ट. These lists are, the one is your union list, the second is your state list, and the third one is your concurrent list. concurrent list, ये तीन तरीके की लिस्ट हैं जो हमारे गवर्नमेंट्स ने बनाई है, राइट, डिसाइड करी है. नाउ व्हाट आर दे? द यूनियन लिस्ट कवर्स द सब्जेक्ट्स on which only the central government can make laws and all states must abide by them, right. These are the subjects on which the central government is entitled to make the laws, right, and the central government make the laws and the state government will have to follow them. These subjects concern the nation at large. Some of these subjects include defense, foreign affairs, banking and currency and communication, right. The affairs are included are basically defense, communication or banking, right. Now let's move to the state list. The state list covers the subjects on which the state have to have their jurisdiction and can make laws. These subject includes trade, commercial activities, law and order, right. It includes trade, commercial activities, and law and order, right. So these are some of the subject of affairs. Now let us move to the concurrent list. The concurrent list subjects where both the center and the state can make rules, right. एक ऐसा एरिया जहां पर सेंटर प्लस स्टेट दोनों लोग रूल बना सकते हैं, ऐसे को हमने क्या कहा, कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट के अंदर डाल दिया. एंड but in case of any conflict between the center and state, the rules of the center shall prevail. और ये भी एक प्रोसीजर है कि अगर सेंटर और स्टेट के जो रूल्स हैं उसके बीच में कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आ रहा है, सो द रूल्स ऑफ द सेंटर विल प्रिवेल, द रूल्स ऑफ द स्टेट विल बी रिजेक्टेड। एजुकेशन इज अ सब्जेक्ट ऑन दिस लिस्ट। सब्जेक्ट कौन सा हो गया? एजुकेशन, जिसके ऊपर सेंटर गवर्नमेंट एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट मिलके जो है रूल्स बनाते हैं। जैसे आपने सुना होगा, देयर इज अ बोर्ड इन यूपी विच इज नोन एज द यूपी बोर्ड, एंड देयर इज अ बोर्ड एट द सेंटर बाय द नेम ऑफ सीबीएसई, जिसके अकॉर्डिंग आपका स्कूल एफिलेटेड है, हमारा स्कूल एफिलेटेड है, राइट। In example of education given earlier in the chapter, the center has made laws for children to receive free education up to a certain age. The state does not get into conflict of the age limit for free education, but has modified certain aspects to suit local cultural and linguistic needs. Thus, the both union and the state governments had made their rules on the subject concerned. Right? If a new subject comes up over a period of time which was not considered by makers of the constitution, the central government has been empowered to legislate on them. Right? एक पावर होती है जो यूनियन लिस्ट के अंदर लिखी हुई है, दैट इज योर रेसिडरी पावर। क्या कहते हैं उसको? रेसिडरी। राइट, अब रेसिडरी पावर क्या होती है? व्हेन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वाज बीइंग मेड, कुछ ऐसे इंस्टेंसेस हो सकते हैं जो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स के ध्यान में ना आए हों, बिकॉज दे आर ऑल्सो ह्यूमन बींग, उनसे भी बहुत सी चीजें रह सकती हैं, राइट। सो रेसिडरी पावर उन्होंने क्या कर दिया कि अगर कोई चीज ऐसी है जो हम स्टेट लिस्ट, यूनियन लिस्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट और कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में लिखना भूल गए, then that item will automatically come under the provision under the jurisdiction of the union government, and that is your residuary power. Okay, so I hope students आपको इंडियन सिस्टम ऑफ फेडरलिज्म थोड़ा बहुत समझ में आया होगा। अगले वीडियो में हम इसके बारे में और डिटेल में बात करेंगे। ओके, सो टिल देन stay at your homes and stay safe. Thank you. We will meet in the next video.